So the MFG125 series handle is fiberglass reinforced nylon. It's external grip only, and it is designed with a cam style internal latch. And so as it closes, as the door closes, this latch turns and it pulls the panel, the internal panel surface, into the gasket as the handle turns. That helps it provide a really good seal. When you receive these handles, it comes pre-assembled. You have an internal grommet, an external grommet. You have your latch, a washer, and your primary nut. All right, so when you're placing your hole, obviously there is a specific distance from the inside portion of the frame to the location for the hole, because when you are closing the door, there's a slightly raised edge on this latch internally, and that needs to stop as it, that needs to stop as the handle rotates. That needs to stop and hit right there. So this distance from the frame's edge to the center point of your hole is critical, so the door, one, closes properly, but then two, rests in the correct vertical position. On the product submittal sheet or the spec sheet, that distance is actually indicated. So I've actually created some 3D templates that you can print, and I'll have those available online. And the way that these would work is you actually take this edge right here and place it on the frame, and that gives you the proper distance to your hole. So this can be placed anywhere on the panel that you need to install a handle. So handles can be placed pretty much anywhere on the door that you need them to be. Obviously, smaller doors need less handles, larger doors would need more. But once you decide where that location is, I would suggest using a smaller bit, try to get that to focus, a smaller bit like an 1/8 inch to drill a pilot hole. And then the diameter of this hole is actually 0.71. But what I do is I'll take a step bit and I'll tape it off. So that way I know what the depth is. If you have an actual depth indicator on your drill, that would be the best thing. But this is just an easy way to do it. So that way when you're drilling your hole, you go to the correct depth, and it's an easy visual marker. So you want to make sure too, when you're drilling your holes, that they are straight and they allow the handle to rest flush on the door. You don't want it to have an up or down or a left or right direction. After your hole is drilled, you're going to grab your external handle. You're going to grab the external grommet, make sure that's placed onto the handle. Stick it through, grab the internal grommet, place that in there. You want to make sure that it's flush up against here. Your latch is going to be situated where the direction that you want it to turn. So I know that I want this handle to turn in this direction and close with the closure on this side. If this handle was on the other side, then I would reverse it so that when I close downward, it would grip on this side. But for this handle, I want it to be in the closed position right here. So I'm going to take that and put that right there. Take your washer, and then you put your nut on. I'm going to take a regular crescent wrench and tighten it down. You don't want to over torque. You want it to be snug. Make sure that it moves without having too much friction on it, but you don't want it to wiggle either. So get it, Put it in there, and then it'll close straight and compress down into the gasket as is designed.